Ignoring the Sussexes will not cause them to disappear due to their malicious nature. Greetings and a heartfelt welcome to the Royal Family News Channel. Hey pals, I trust that your week is off to a phenomenal beginning. There was a persistent occurrence of an article that kept appearing repeatedly on the page where I see updates and posts. Initially, I was convinced that I would not engage with the text. To put it simply, I couldn't help but ask myself, how ridiculously foolish can this possibly become? As a result, I continued evading it. Regardless, I wasn't able to achieve much success. After clicking the link and reading the article, I couldn't resist sharing it with all of you because trust me, this is truly mind-blowing. It's amusing how the motive behind wanting to share this article with you is not its significance or relevance as crucial news to be concerned about. It is quite mundane that I feel compelled to share it with everyone, so I do not question my sanity. The article published on Saturday was featured by the Daily Mail. The main point is that before meeting the Queen for the first time, Prince Harry gave Meghan Markle important advice and she accidentally mistook Prince Andrew for a servant. Initially, it crossed my mind why I would be interested in knowing the conversation that took place between Harry and Meghan right before their encounter with the Queen several years ago. I fail to see the novelty in this information. Furthermore, we have already addressed the incident where she feigned confusion and mistook Andrew for a servant. We are extremely familiar with that. The content of the article is as unintelligent as one would expect. So, to summarize, Harry mentioned that when he informed Meghan about meeting his grandmother, the Queen, Meghan expressed excitement by saying how she loves grandmas. What's the matter with that lady? I can't believe she would react in such a manner when informed about meeting an actual queen. It seems like Meghan would behave that way, though. That is the person who would engage in such behavior. Harry asserts that the meeting occurred in October 2016. It was rumored that Meghan had intended to seek advice from Sarah Ferguson on how to handle her first encounter with the late Queen. Once again, why should we have faith in any of this? However, according to Harry, Fergie instructed Meghan on performing a curtsy, and she executed it admirably. Meghan flawlessly performed a curtsy in the presence of the monarch. Harry mentions that everyone praised Meghan's excellent and profound curtsy. Gag me, once again. It's astonishing how obvious and transparent these two individuals are. It is evident that Meghan is aware of the negative feedback regarding her inappropriate and disrespectful mock curtsy showcased in their Netflix docuseries. Consequently, both she and Harry formulated a plan, saying, I have an idea. We will engage our PR professionals to craft an article on our behalf since neither of us possess writing abilities. However, let's delegate the task to our assistants, and subsequently, submit it to the Daily Mail. Afterward, people will completely disregard Meghan's offensive and spiteful mocking curtsy. And her charm will captivate them, as they will unquestionably believe me when I describe her flawless curtsy. Meghan excels at every task she undertakes. Additionally, they feel the need to bring up Meghan's act of feigning ignorance towards Andrew. Presumably, she anticipated a potentially uncomfortable situation in having to clarify their connection. She had no intention of revealing that she had previous knowledge of Andrew during her past as a yacht girl. After a brief pause, Meg inquired about the Queen's aide, the gentleman responsible for carrying her handbag and escorting her to the entrance, as Harry recounted. Andrew is not her assistant but rather her second son. In his free time, Harry also penned down that she most certainly hadn't performed an online search on us. Honestly, Harry? Are you truly that unintelligent? Did you genuinely fall for that performance? I find it hard to believe. Meghan's lack of popularity stems from her lack of acting skills. I highly doubt that she was able to deceive you with her acting skills during that one occasion, which is quite impressive. Perhaps she was successful in tricking Harry, but she failed to deceive anyone else. And that pretty much sums it up. In essence, the entire article can be summed up as such. It is evident that once again, a biased and promotional article is being circulated by the public relations team of Madame Markle. Are they achieving their goal of increasing her popularity? Definitely not. As more and more flattering articles are published about her, she continues to gain an increasing number of critics and opponents. However, this doesn't seem to hinder her progress. Therefore, this leads me to discuss another article. This article was recently published in the Express, only a day ago. This particular article holds greater significance as it does not originate from Meghan's PR team and is not simply a fluff piece. The text intelligently highlights the valid reasons behind Meghan and Harry's problematic image and their unpopularity. The Express published a headline advising Meghan Markle to maintain a low profile in order to enhance her reputation. Edward Coram James is a public relations specialist who works for Go Up. He contributed to this article, and, in my opinion, he possesses an excellent understanding of the subject matter. I strongly believe that Meghan would greatly benefit from heeding his advice. Although I highly doubt she will, let's discuss the opinions he shared. The discussion revolved around the speculation surrounding Meghan's anticipated publication of a memoir. It can be derived that, according to Coram James, it is clear that Meghan should prioritize her passion-driven issue-based work by remaining focused and avoiding unnecessary distractions. Furthermore, it is mentioned in the article that according to Coram James, the presence of Meghan at the Invictus Games has highlighted the immense effectiveness of a focus on specific issues. The expert suggests that by avoiding controversy and consistently pursuing the numerous popular causes he is passionate about, he will gradually rebuild his damaged reputation. Meghan is subject to the same rule. He is discussing a fascinating aspect of Meghan and Harry, which I find particularly captivating. They persistently overlook the true nature of their circumstances and fail to implement positive modifications that would enhance their reputations. The two individuals are perplexing to me for that reason. Consider other well-known figures who have found themselves in less than favorable circumstances. Afterward, they become aware that it is wiser to maintain a low profile for a period of time. Subsequently, they can gradually reintroduce themselves to others, typically receiving acceptance, provided that they have actively sought self-improvement and genuine transformation. However, it is truly remarkable and intriguing to observe Meghan and Harry's perspective, as they seem to have a different understanding. Despite their considerable wealth and resources, it appears that they genuinely believe they are entitled to shape their own story, which goes against conventional expectations. Regrettably, the world does not operate as desired, despite the inclination for it to do so. Actually, I am skeptical about the idea that there are only a few naive and harmless individuals. They are attempting to deprive us of our right to express ourselves freely. Their desire is to restrict our freedom to express any negative opinions about them. Their goal is to prevent the media from publishing any unfavorable content concerning them. My dear friends, this poses a significant issue for each and every one of us. Although they proclaim to be combating disinformation or misinformation under various labels, it is important to examine the reality of their efforts. They aim to regulate the dissemination of information. The issue doesn't revolve around disinformation or misinformation. Take a moment to observe the numerous self-written articles they publish, which are clearly promotional pieces. However, moving on, let's listen to the additional insight provided by this PR specialist. He went on to say that despite online trolls claiming otherwise, the laws of physics that govern individuals and companies also apply to the Sussexes. He argues that it is possible to restore most reputations, including theirs. In recent years, it is evident that Meghan and Harry have predominantly focused on themselves, with Meghan discussing her own experiences and Harry discussing his own life. Yes, that's putting it mildly. However, he argues that this criticism may not be entirely justified, as they were only attempting to regain some control over the way their lives were portrayed. Up until that point, the narrative had been controlled by an unfriendly press and social media. However, despite their claims, it is evident that the current situation does not align with the truth. This is not the situation at hand. They are not having their story controlled by a hostile media. They are the ones controlling the story they tell. In addition, they are also influencing the stories of other individuals, such as William, Catherine, and the entire royal family. Every day, a fresh tabloid article emerges about the couple, clearly originating from their own sources. Due to the constant bias displayed in those articles, they consistently incorporate this data, which is, at most, highly questionable. Occasionally, individuals question my continuous discussions regarding them. They inquire why I persistently urge their departure and suggest not acknowledging their presence. However, what I've come to realize is that if we continue discussing them, they won't disappear. They will continue releasing these narratives. And in the absence of our presence to challenge their account, can you guess what happens? Their version of events is widely recognized as accurate. And that thought is extremely frightening. At this juncture, disregarding both individuals is comparable to disregarding a malignant disease. The problem will persist and will only intensify in the future. Kindly share your thoughts on the prospective reputation of Meghan and Harry in the comments section. Prior to leaving, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with others who would find it entertaining. If you haven't already, kindly consider subscribing to the Royal Family News team to never miss a video. We greatly appreciate your presence and engagement. Have a fantastic day, and I'll be returning to visit you shortly.